The 20th of July 2019 will mark the 50th anniversary of when the first man walked on the moon as part of the Apollo 11 lunar mission. What most Namibians don't know is that the 20th of July is a very special date for me, because my uncle was born on the exact same day, around the exact same time that Neil Armstrong left his footprints on the moon. May I introduce my uncle Neil van Wyk, or as I call him, Uncle Neil, and he's here to share with us how he lived his life walking around with a namesake of someone who left a massive footprint, not only on the moon, but also in our hearts and our plans for the future. Welcome, Uncle Neil.
Thank you, Adil. It's good to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Nice to have you. The moon landscape.
Yes, the moon landscape. We're speaking as if this is your backyard, your neighborhood. I would like to ask you, was there another name lined up, or was Neil the one?
I think it was sort of preordained. I'm told that the hospital staff, on the day, all the boys that were born in that particular ward were forced to be Neil Armstrong. So I think with such an auspicious event in the history of the world, you really have no choice.
Exactly.
So all the boys, and I believe there were about 16 born that day,
wow.
They were all Neil as the first name, Armstrong as the second name, and then the surname that the family had.
It's right when I say that Uncle Neil's name is Neil Armstrong van Wyk.
That's where the twist comes in. I think my parents sort of knew that I wasn't going to be normal or average. So they insisted that instead of me being Neil Armstrong van Wyk, I be Neil Apollos van Wyk.
Oh, wow.
So Apollos being a derivative of the Apollo 11 vessel. Interesting enough, Apollo is the mythological Greek god of music, poetry, medicine, and prophecy.
We already covered Apollos.
Yes.
So Neil, the direct meaning of that one.
So Neil is an old Gaelic name. It means cloud.
Oh, wow.
That's one of its meaning, and another meaning is champion. It's very appropriate that Neil Armstrong went to the moon, beyond the cloud.
Is it correct to say that you were born at around the exact same time that Neil Armstrong was walking on?
That part, I'm not too
We're not exactly sure.
but
yeah.
It was the same day.
I would like to know, what significance has this name held in your life?
Every 20th of July of every year, the 6 o'clock news would say, today marks the so much year that Neil...
Exactly.
And so everybody would turn and say, happy birthday. So significant for me was that my birthday is always remembered.
As Neil Armstrong landed on the moon, he uttered his most famous phrase,
"It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind."
and as the years went on, we conservationists, especially at Gondwana Collection, believe that necessary steps need to be taken in order to protect our planet. Do you think we've been taking the right steps? If yes, where can we improve? And if not, which steps should we be taking?
There's definitely a drive to make sure that we give due diligence and attention to the important area of conservation. Just now, seeing at the Delight the project they have with the walls of,
it's up to us,
you
yes.
know, and so I think organizations and individuals are doing what they can. It just needs to become a national. The government is regulating, the government is passing laws. It's up to us not to throw things out of our cars when we drive,
exactly,
you know, to clean up after ourselves, to make sure that we take care of the water. I think it just needs to come home where each individual Namibian and each individual person cognitively and in a very awareness level do what they can do where they are at with what they have.
When it comes to tourism and taking care of our country, that young Namibians should travel their own home before they travel abroad. Why should they do that?
One has an innate sense of taking care of what is yours. We are naturally programmed as human beings to be caring, to be nurturing, and so when you see what you have, you actually connect with it and you become responsible. We just need to enforce accountability. Once they own it, I think they'll understand that they must be responsible but also accountable, because like they are now looking to our generation and saying, what have you left us? their
Exactly.
children are going to look at them and say, what are you leaving us?
And with that said, I would like to encourage all young Namibians, especially within this week as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, book your room at the Delight in Swakopmund and take some time to come and look at this beautiful view, the moon landscape in Swakopmund. Make sure to visit our YouTube channel for more In the Spotlight interviews, only with Gondwana Collection Namibia.